it.
Got it.
When I work on projects for television, I see them as just that, projects. They're a different version of content, a different version of expression. I don't really see them as a contribution or the starting point of a movement or a new way of thinking. Honestly, I don't think people watch television. I don't think they watch movies to be inspired. One of the first things you learn at CIA is that every conspiracy follows the same rules. I think they watch them to be entertained. If you're looking for inspiration, the best place to look is within, to see what matters to you, to conduct experiment or to research things for yourself, to look multiple things up, to organize with other members of the community who have a similar interest. Television is the most convenient place for you to sit on a couch, at a dinner table, with a loved one or two, and just be entertained for 30 minutes or an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours, or if you binge watch, maybe for the entire night. Welcome to Epstein's final home.
Don't be hanging me with this.
I am not under any kind of illusion that I'm going to change the world making television. I'm also not under any illusion I'm going to change the world being on podcasts or being on YouTube. But my goal isn't to change the world. My goal is to change my world. My world. The world I can control, the world I live in, the world I give to my children, the world I share with my wife. And television and projects like this and invitations to travel the world give me a chance to make money, see amazing places, meet amazing people, and the more people I meet, the more opportunities come, and the more opportunities that come, I often find myself going right back to media again. More podcasts, more shows, more consulting opportunities for feature film. So there's an element of this that I fully acknowledge is very selfish, but I think it's healthier to acknowledge the reality of it than to try to be disillusioned that you're doing something else.
So the first shot, just so we get it, is just over the shoulder, seeing the...
I'm used to being on camera and I'm used to being in charge of my own content, but this project's different because I'm the talent on the lens, but I'm also one of the executive producers that's working in the back room to come up with the ideas, the theories, the talking points, the experts, the guests, and that's a huge responsibility that I really didn't understand before I said yes to the project. Because when you're trying to put something together that you know is high production value, that you know is going out on network television, that you know could get picked up by a streamer anywhere in the world, all of a sudden the significance becomes much bigger. When you're creating something for YouTube, you kind of expect it to be disposable. You expect people to watch it, be interested for 3 or 4 days, and then forget it ever existed. But that's not what we're creating here. We're creating a show that could live on for decades, a show that my kids could show their kids. For anybody who's ever grown up with their favorite television show, whether it was Reading Rainbow, or whether it was Star Trek, or whether it was something else, I mean, this is that caliber of production. So what you say, how you behave, the research that you do really counts. And I did not expect that level of responsibility, and then I've really been proud of myself because I've asserted myself in ways I never thought I would assert myself. Talking to industry veterans, talking to network executives, talking to the people who hold $1 million budgets in their hand, I'm telling them what I will and won't say, what I will and won't do, and what type of information we can and cannot say on this show. It's a humbling and exciting opportunity, and anybody who's ever thought about getting into television, getting into film, there's a very real humility that has to come with creating something that's going to outlive you. And that's not YouTube. That's never been my life before, with the exception of CIA. I've never thought of anything with that level of responsibility. And it's really exciting to be doing that here every day. So I'm on my way to a virology lab in Boulder, Colorado. And it's one of those places that you just, otherwise the public never gets to see. Nobody goes into a lab that actively researches viruses. And it's in a part of this beautiful place in Colorado that I really only ever go to when I am going to Boulder for a nice cup of coffee or for a trip to the mountains or to hang out with my family. One of the people that's so important to getting this show off the ground is my driver, Miss Stephanie, who is also the one who's handling all the cameras that you're watching on every one of these series of lead-up episodes as we talk about this Discovery Channel project. So I get to be with good people, I get to go do cool things, and I get to go do an effort to try to find real facts. This is basically what life is all about, in my opinion. This project is not reality TV, it's a documentary investigation. I'm really excited about that because for those of you who understand how TV works behind the scenes, this isn't something where I have to do what I'm told. I'm actually on this project as an executive producer. I'm picking the stories, I'm shaping the investigation. I'm calling in my network to be the witnesses and experts that you get to hear from. These are people who aren't used to being on camera at all. These are people who have always been behind the scenes, serving in the shadows, not only for our national security, but also for the police and for SWAT teams and for actual private investigations for major corporations. We are trying to document facts. We are trying to explore realities. And then we're trying to find where reality intersects with conspiracy, where cover-up starts and reality ends. That's the whole goal of the project. It's not about getting views, it's not about getting likes, it's not about getting a second season renewed. It's about telling you something that nobody else will tell you and seeing whether or not you have the courage to talk about it at the kitchen table yourself. It's such an interesting idea that we're approaching conspiracies and cover-ups because for a long time I've taken a very kind of strict stance on trying to avoid anything related to unprovable topics. But what's happened is, even in just the last 2 or 3 years, as you've seen distrust in government increase and as you've seen more and more examples of clear misinformation, disinformation in the public sphere, in mainstream media, all of a sudden what used to be this kind of idea that was fringe, that the government's lying to us and intentionally hiding things, we're actually seeing it happening in front of our eyes every day. That completely transformed my perspective on being open, being willing to really dig into these ideas. I never would have considered a project like this 5 years ago, and I couldn't imagine a more fun project to be part of right now because we still have years ahead to go. And more we will see what we're seeing now. And if we're going to be prepared for what will come, we have to be willing to do what we need to do now. This is how many people it takes to make me look cool. I am doing this now because it really is a privilege to have a voice, especially a voice in a world that's so crowded with noise. And to be invited to do something where I get to have a say in what we research, how we investigate it, who we invite onto the show, to get a chance to invite the people that I've worked with in the past and the people that I've worked with in the past to come out and ask some very hard questions about topics that people really honestly want to know about. It's a privilege, it's an opportunity, it's a joy in a lot of ways. It's a lot of hard work, but I mean, it's what I get to do. It's my second chance, just like so many of us want a second chance. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist myself. I don't really like to spend a lot of time on conspiracies. Some of my good friends like Julian Dory and Danny Jones, major podcasters who focus on the conspiracy realm, when we have conversations together, it's very frustrating for them because I like to focus on facts, I like to focus on truth. But in my time in government, I understand the government has secrets. It has secrets that it needs to keep. It has secrets that it doesn't need to keep. There's an incompetence level that makes things secret that shouldn't be secret at all. And that's what keeps me interested and involved in this space. And on this project, we are covering some of the biggest secrets, and many of those secrets have no business being secret. And that's what drives fear and panic and concern and conspiracies. And anything I can do to try to bring more truth into the conversation and break down the foundation of fake news and misinformation, I am all for. That's what I'm doing here, and that's what you're doing here too, if you're being honest with yourself. All right, so we're getting ready for our morning interview. Let me look in the right camera. We're getting ready for our morning interview, and the buzz is just awesome in the house. You got all these people doing all this cool work in this cool place, and that energy, that buzz, is really something quite addictive in any kind of show that you're doing, because it really is cool to see everybody doing the thing that they love to do, the thing that they're good at, whether it's operating camera, handling the audio, setting up the lighting, even setting up the set, right? Like somebody has to put all this stuff together to make it look the way they want it to look on camera. I'm just like one small piece of the giant equation, and being part of that machine is a really fun machine to be part of. And then, like I said, when you got a guest in town and you're excited for the conversation with the guest, and then you got all the world is like wrapped around the conversation you're getting ready to have. I mean, that's a cool feeling.
So we're just gonna get some water shots. You guys can
This is what makes this so cool. I get to work with these kind of professionals, guys who absolutely know their way around cameras and audio devices. I get to see places that nobody gets to see. I get to learn things for myself, and I get to share it with you. Not just now, but also in the final show that you're gonna see on air soon. Anytime you work on a project like this, you always hope that it will take off, that it will resonate, that it will hit the zeitgeist, that people will enjoy it, that people will talk about it, and people will remember it. And especially whenever I choose what to participate in and what not to participate in, I'm always thinking through the lens of my 2 kids and the future children I hope they will have. And a big part of why I participate on camera at all is because it's a chance for me to kind of put a bookmark in history for the future generations of people who may never get to meet me. I don't know what my grandmother looked like when she was in her mid-40s. I have a picture or 2 of her holding me as a baby, but I never got to hear her speak. I never got to see her energy. I never got to see or hear her laugh or watch her engage with other people. And my kids will get to see that. My grandkids will get to see that. My great-grandkids and beyond will hopefully get to see that. And a project like this that's important and interesting and meaningful, where I really do get to live out the reality of my investigation, that's exactly what I want them to see. More so than me trying to participate in something like Fear Factor or trying to do some stupid cooking show where I screw up every cake I try to bake. I mean, this is really much more in line with who I am, and that's what I'm very proud to share with future generations.
Watch my shows on this? My stories?
My stories.
So, call the episode and act again, please.
All right, 102, Drones, Act 1. Public distrust of government is at an all-time high, and I know I'm not surprising you by saying that. I'm willing to bet that you actually have areas that you don't trust the government either. And what's crazy is, it's like, what people don't trust is so much more than just whether or not the IRS is really collecting all of the taxes, or whether or not the president is being honest during the State of the Union address. People are legitimately worried right now about things like massive public corruption, about sex scandals in the White House that affect not just the White House, but big tech and big companies, Fortune 500 type of stuff. The world is so different now than it was when I was a kid, not only because of the advent of technology, but the availability of information, the incredible talent that you find from citizen investigators and citizen journalists and citizen witnesses. And that's changing the narrative. I'm really excited to be on a project with Discovery Channel, launching a show specifically digging into the real investigations behind some of these areas of distrust. Are there actually things happening that are affecting our health? Are there actually massive conspiracies that are tied to national security concerns or military weaponization? Is there something about massive global viruses that we weren't previously told about? Many times people can't even talk about these conversations without being shunned by friends and family, and we get a chance to actually dig into them with real science and real witnesses and real experts. This is an awesome opportunity. If you've been following me for a while, then you already know I don't really like surface level conversations. I don't like keeping things basic, and I don't like avoiding uncomfortable truths. And this is a chance to get as uncomfortable with the truth as we can get, and to do it in a way where I get to share it not only with you, but with the whole world. And that's what's got me really excited about this show, this project, this time. This answers all of the most important questions for me. Why are we doing this? Why is it worth our time? Why is it worth the effort? Why is it something that you should pay attention to? It's what we're here to do. It's what I'm so excited to share with you. So stay tuned, because we've got a lot to show you.
3, 2, 1, action.